this moment, I go looking for a fight. Face to face with my nemesis is on the side that's never right. Sets me up on a pedestal, just high enough to fear the fall. Damn this crutch, wish I didn't need it so much. Got to stand tall, face the mirror on the wall. Standing at the crossroads with my back against the wind. Make the right choice down the wrong path, may not find my way back again. Devil's in the kitchen, indecision my pitfall. Damn this crutch, wish I didn't need it so much. Got to stand tall, face the mirror on the wall.
Hi everybody, how you doing? We are here today at the International Guitar Festival in Dallas, Texas with our good friend Monte Montgomery. Hey man, how you doing?
Hey, good. Good
nice
to be with
see
you.
Thanks so much for doing this.
Yeah, my pleasure.
We appreciate it. And we've been doing some recording beforehand, listening to this guitar, which is fascinating, we'll get to in a bit. But can we just go way back to the very beginning? And so I heard that I read somewhere that your mum taught you guitar. Right?
She did, yes. So my mom was a guitar player, and she had two guitars.
Right.
And so when I got interested in music, I had one available. But all of her friends played guitar, so it was easy for me to just kind of sit around and pick up, just watch what people were doing. And she taught me my first few chords. But these are like long nights. I'm trying to sleep, and people are just playing music constantly. So I mean, I grew up in a household, full of music day and night. So
wow.
Yeah, those were the early days, and like I said, she had lots of friends that she played with. They got just a big group of people that all played guitar.
And so were they all kind of like just teaching? You were just in the middle of all of this, and they were teaching you all tricks and tips.
I mean, once I kind of got going, it was easy for me to just kind of sit back and just watch. I mean, I would notice a chord, like what is that, and then I would just, okay, he's putting his finger there, so I would just kind of watch and learn. But I mean, I picked it up, pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is like what, early teens?
Yeah,
you're right.
Right, yeah. So when most kids were in school, I wasn't. I didn't go to high school at all. So I spent those years, honing my craft and playing music. So I've been really doing this for a living since I was in my young teens. And so I started my own band, and I was playing mostly electric, but I would start out the sets playing acoustic, and I would do like a song or two, to start the set. And then I just spent more and more time on the acoustic. I'd do, but instead of 2 songs, I'd be doing 3 or 4 songs. And then before you knew it, I was like, why am I carrying around this electric and these 2 big amps and heavy and this? And like, I can do all this stuff on that. So that's how I kind of transitioned from electric to playing acoustic, just because I just felt more comfortable on it.
Yeah.
It's just, a lot of what I was doing, finger style, and it's just a much more percussive kind of instrument to me, and I get it. I've always been more comfortable playing acoustic, so it wasn't like a strategic decision. It was just it's just a thing. I played electric, and then I enjoyed playing this more.
So at what point was it always acoustic with an amplifier, or was it?
It was always an acoustic with the pedal board, know, because when I started doing the acoustic with the band, acoustic amps weren't really a thing. I think they were out there, but just weren't well known. So I just started playing through the monitor, stage monitors.
And it kind of gets lost, I guess, without the compression too, doesn't it? It's sort of.
I always just used compression because I had a buddy of mine that I played with in a band, and he did that. He had his rig, played a Strat, and then he would plug in his acoustic through the same pedals and just play. But he had compression on there, and So that's kind of where I got the idea, was just from playing with him. Because I was younger, he was an older guy.
Yeah.
So I kind of looked up to him and it's like, oh, is that how you do it? You know? And so, that's how that started.
So at this point, were you kind of playing covers and doing this, or were you writing? Right.
A little of both. You know, when I started writing like really early on, but I didn't really start performing my original stuff until, gosh, I don't know, man. I was probably like 18 or 19 when I first started doing my stuff, you know, with a band.
In the river of redemption, with the shallow to my knees, I go seeking absolution, along with other thieves who have robbed the hearts of lovers, to split them open wide, exposing lack of call to arms that cause a teary eye. Meanwhile, the sea of retribution swells from the river's force, escaping no pollution, while remembering the source. Concealment is its weapon, it will wash away the sin. Revealment is the disappearing shore from which you swim. Rescue me. Won't you intercept the signal in your lifeboat from this broken refugee? Rescue me. Pull me from the water, set me free.
We were talking before about writing, but you had this long stint writing for TV, right?
Yeah, I did this show called Austin City Limits, music show.
Oh yeah.
On PBS, and Tim Allen, the comedian actor, saw me on there. That was in 1999. He saw me. He was flipping through the channels and saw me on TV, and just kind of tracked me down. So we became friends, and then years later, when he was doing a new show for ABC called Last Man Standing, he called me and asked me if I'd be interested, and I didn't know if I was interested because I'd never really done anything like that. So anyway, I worked on the pilot, and I had fun doing it. They liked it enough to go with it. So yeah, I did that for.
Well, were you just left to your own devices?
Well, yeah. The thing was, I said, well, what do you want me to do musically? And he said, I want you to do exactly what you do on that guitar.
Right.
So it was a beautiful, opportunity to just do.
Yeah.
Whatever comes out of my head. So it was like the dream gig, play what you want to play, do your thing, and make it work for this show. Just put it, so.
That was a long-term gig though too.
That was almost 10 years. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah,
That's a dream gig.
It was really, I mean, it made me get a studio up and running in my house, a home studio. I was forced to do that, which I don't know if I ever would have. Because I was on the road all the time,
And the other little dream gig for me, because I wanted to ask you about Daryl's house.
Oh yeah,
I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, well, me too. When I was younger, before I even picked up a guitar, I was just addicted to radio. you know.
Yeah.
And so I just remember, you know, Hall & Oates. That was just music. I loved Hall & Oates. You know, whatever they came out with, it was just really, really popular, and I really liked it. And one of the songs that I liked from back then in the 70s was Sarah Smile.
Yeah.
So, like I said, before I even, you know, picked up a guitar or knew I was going to be a musician. So when I got in my first big cover band where everybody sang, you know, there was like 5-piece. Everybody sang what they brought. Hey, you know, do like cool stuff, whatever you want to do, you know?
Yeah.
So that was like one of the first songs I wanted to do. It's like, man, I've always wanted to do Sarah Smile. So this is back in like 85.
Right.
You know, I've always wanted to do that song. So I've been doing that song since 1985, you know?
Right.
And
so how did it come around? Did he see you singing that song?
So the story goes is, you know, there's plenty of YouTube videos of me doing this song, but his manager apparently saw me doing a version of Sarah Smile on YouTube, and, you know, said, hey, Daryl, you need to check this out. This is really cool. So when Daryl saw it, he goes, oh, that's cool. Let's get him on the show. So that's it, man. So it's a good thing I kept doing that song for all these years.
Oh, amazing.
You know?
No, it was great. I loved it. And it looked, actually, it's interesting because it looked like you were completely in the zone and really natural playing that song.
Yeah.
Like it was something that was just kind of part of you.
And that's why. I've been playing that song for so long, you know?
What's happening now? What are you up to generally?
You know, looking for work like everybody.
Come on.
No, you know, honestly, after the gig with Tim Allen ended, I started cranking up the gig machine again. You know, because I really kind of just stopped. I kind of just stopped playing. I'd stopped touring for sure. You know, I was going overseas a lot and just traveling constantly. And so when this gig came along, you know, that was one thing they wanted to know. Like, hey, we were looking at your tour schedule. You know, we're concerned that you'll be able to make yourself available. And I'm like, no problem. I'm ready to put on the brakes. Right. So anyway, I'm cranking up the gig machine again. It was very interesting because, you know, I'd played a little bit, you know, within those 10 years, obviously, but not like I used to. So when I started booking myself up again, my arm, my stamina, everything was just shot. Like, because I've been doing like just little, you know, just little 3-second things for the show.
Yeah.
For years, and doing a gig every once in a while. So it took a while for me to realize that I didn't completely, you know, waste my skills. For a while, I was like, oh my God, I didn't keep up my, you know, my exercise, and, you know, so it took a few months. It was like really in my head. I was like, I don't think I'll ever be able to play like that again. So anyway, I feel like I'm back to where I was, but man, that was kind of freaky, you know. I let myself get out of gig shape.
No, I understand it.
So
I get it.
So I'm just working a lot and also recording a lot of my own music right now, wondering what to do with it all.
Have you got something coming out?
I mean, that's the idea. You know, I just don't even know where we are in the world anymore of releasing music. You know, it's just so confusing. Like, you know, does anybody even buy CDs at this point?
You must release a song every month.
Right. You know, or do I release it digitally? But no, I'm
And you must get to the chorus within 25 seconds. Or
you know,
the algorithm won't. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not writing for radio, obviously. But I have lots of music that I've been recording, and all the way through the pandemic. Obviously, I have lots of just a vault full of fully like stuff ready to go. I'm just kind of sitting on it, wondering, how to package it and what to do with it. But I know I'm overdue also to release something, so I will be doing that.
Very cool.
Yeah.
This has been amazing. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to this. We're going to see you on Sunday. We're going to come watch the set.
Good.
And we've got one more thing for you to do. But listen, thank you so much.
Yeah,
massively
thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thanks for having me.
Lovely to meet you, mate. Great stuff. Cheers, guys. Thank you very much. Signing off.
Won't you intercept the signal in your lifeboat from this broken refugee? Rescue me. Pull me from the water, set me free.